It's been 45 days since I've started this 75 days with Jesus, and honestly, it has been truly life altering, life changing. Every day, choosing to every single day surrender my will to God's will has been truly life changing, and not like in the life like things have happened drastic. No. It's just that in the little decisions that I've made have drastically changed everything. There's a lot of things I just don't do anymore. There's a lot of things I just don't see myself doing because of that little thing I did. That more time I gave to God. It has transformed certain patterns, certain thinking. I question. Listen, one thing I'll say, I question everything. Not in a bad way. It's just that there's the things that sit in my mind. Things I used to do before, I question them now. Things that seem normal in the world, I always sit with God. Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying here. Okay, explain it to me. Explain, like, in some situations, I do that almost on a daily basis. If I see something, I was like, God, okay, I get what this means, but okay, here, then I research. Like, it's come to a point of I don't sleep without talking to God anymore. Even if it's like for 2 minutes, I don't sleep without talking to God. I don't sleep without interacting with my Father. And I've enjoyed getting to know God more intimately, getting to know Jesus more intimately. Even if I've been with God for 3 years, but I actually enjoyed getting to know Him more. Because there's no ways you can stop knowing God. There's always so much more you can learn about God, and I've enjoyed learning that part of God. I really have. And I really am grateful. And I'm sure I said this so many times, I am still so grateful to be here on a platform I know nothing about, talking about something that's beyond uncomfortable, but I'm grateful. I am grateful that I no longer have to live in secret sin. I'm grateful that I don't have to carry this burden of, why do people want to think about me? Why do people want to think about me? I'm this supposed believer that struggles with porn addiction. With a porn addiction, what would other people say? And one thing that I know is an area in my life that I still need God in is that I always want other people's opinion. I always think what other people would think. I always have these thoughts. What do other people say about this? Even when I started posting on TikTok back in 2023, I always had these thoughts like, whoa, people I once knew now to see me now, and it came to a point where I just stopped caring. I was like, you know what? I am fulfilling my Father's will. I am obeying God, and if obeying God is getting out of my comfort zone, let me do so. I would rather be uncomfortable. I'd rather be uncomfortable serving God, uncomfortable obeying God, than being comfortable in sin. Being comfortable in my secret sin. Because let's be one thing, porn is a normal thing in this world. Oh, porn is a normal thing. I'm sure there's not even an addiction. It's just that it's a normal thing. Your body needs a release. Oh no, it doesn't. It truly doesn't. There's one thing I stopped believing. I just stopped believing in it. That it is hurting me, not just physically, but spiritually. Every single time I would watch porn, I would separate myself from God. I would take myself from His presence because I felt unworthy. I felt dirty. I felt like I'm gonna dirty up God, and that's what I feel like He's disappointed and He's turning His back against me. I know God hates sin. He hates it, right? But doesn't mean He hated me. It doesn't mean He hates you. One thing I will always say this: God is a loving God, and I had to repeat to myself this so many times. God is so loving. He's so loving and so forgiving that you don't have to stay in your secret sin. Guilt and shame are not the main characters. Don't make them the main characters. Guilt and shame will hold you down, will convince you that God does not love you. Mind you, God loves you more than that. God adores you. He treasures you. He treasures you. And no matter how many times I say it, if you don't believe that, then you won't believe it. But believe. It just took me believing and knowing that I am loved. To know I don't have to live in secret sin. I don't have to live watching porn. If I'm stressed, if I'm stressed, if I a lot of things, if I'm anxious thoughts about something, you know what? You know where I go. You know what? I turn up. I would rather pump my ears on gospel. I would rather be in God's presence. If we just sit in silence, just sit in silence. Oh, there was nothing more destructive than the guilt and shame in my life. It would just pull me away from God. I would hate myself. If I learned something about God, about how good He is, I would forget that He loves me. Or forget that He has forgiven me. I was like, why would He forgive me? I mean, I don't deserve to be in His presence. I don't deserve to be in His presence either way. But why would He forgive me? I'm dirty. I'm sinful. Why? But the minute I just, you know what? I choose to believe that I'm forgiven. I choose to believe that I have been redeemed. Let me walk in that. Let me walk in His grace, in His mercy. Let me walk in His love. Let me walk in His love. The minute I started depending, being desperate for God, I just changed my mindset. I just said, you know what? I'm not gonna live a life where I'm stuck. I'll live a life where I'm trapped by my sin and my sinful desires. I was like, you know what? Let me live in a world where I'm free. Let me live in a life that has been gifted by Christ. Let me live in that life. A life of freedom, a life of redemption, a life of consolidation with God. Let me live in that. Truly. I want to encourage you guys, live in that life. Know that you're forgiven. Know that you are loved. Believe in it. Because no one's going to force you. No one's going to force you. It's a decision that you have to make for yourself. Make it. Make it. You want this to be a sign from God? Make it. Make that decision. Take that step. It is uncomfortable, but that's besides the point. Take that step. Take that uncomfortable step, because even in that uncomfortability, best believe He is the one that will comfort you. He's the ultimate comforter. There's no one who knows you like God, who's experienced what you've experienced like God. So what? Rely on Him. Trust in Him. Hold on to Him. Hold on. You know how clingy a child is once they know you? Hold on to God like that. Be clingy. Be clingy. Want so much to be in His presence on a daily basis. Even if you don't feel like it. Cling to God. Cling to God. Cling to Him. No one else. I really hope this resonated with someone. I really did. And I really hope that God revealed something to you in this video, that God used me as a vessel. I really hope that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And I just want to say, I love you. Love you. I love you. God loves you.